Hi everyone, today I want to show you a simple but powerful exercise to use to improve the connection between your mind and your fingers. So this exercise is about learning how to navigate the fretboard with more freedom. It's about visualizing and knowing where the notes are on the fretboard. And the idea is really simple. We take a phrase, a simple short phrase, for example, Amazing Grace, and we want to play the, the opening phrase for Amazing Grace in the same key, but in many different areas of the fretboard, and using different combinations of fingers and different positions. And if we start doing this, we will start to recognize patterns, and we will start to visualize where the notes are on the fretboard a lot better. And so let me demonstrate this exercise using Amazing Grace. But eventually you want to repeat the same exercise with many songs. Just take a simple melody and the first phrase of a simple melody, and try to do what we are going to do right now. So, Amazing Grace, opening phrase, key of G. Okay, this is a simple melody, pretty short. All of the notes are coming from the G major scale. In this case, they are coming from the G major pentatonic scale. And then I start looking for other places where I can play those same notes. And for example, I can go like, okay, let me replace the open strings with a fretted note. So that instead of playing the open D, I can play the D here. Okay, instead of open G, I can play the G here. Instead of open B, I can play B here, and I can go like, and you see I can use my ring finger, and when I'm playing that, I'm visualizing that nice big G chord, bar chord, and so now those three notes are exactly like the open strings. And so that's something to keep in mind. But then I can play those same notes slightly differently. Maybe if I start with my middle finger, and then instead of going down to the second fret, I can replace that note using the fourth string. And that's another way of playing the same melody. And then I can decide to use my index finger. And now I need to replace that B. I can play that B on the fourth string. So every time you see I'm rearranging the fingering depending on which finger I use to start. And now I already have three different ways to play Amazing Grace in the same octave, index, and then we can move that fingering to a different set of strings, because we know that the guitar is tuned using the same interval, right? The interval between the fifth and the fourth string is the same as the interval between the fourth and the third. So if I go to that D note, D is the first note of Amazing Grace, and I move here, now thanks to the way the guitar is tuned, I can use exactly the same fingering. A little awkward, but still that's a possibility. And if I find a D on the second string one more time, I can use the same fingering. So that's something to remember, right? And now if I play the D note on the third string, now I have the second string, and the interval between the third and the second string is not a fourth interval, it's slightly different, right? It's a little bit shorter. It's a major third interval. And that means that if I go like this, that doesn't work. I have to switch to this. And so that's another way to play Amazing Grace. But let's say I want to use a different finger, maybe my ring finger. And that's a new fingering. Or I can mix. I can start here. So you see where I'm going. I'm just challenging myself to find as many ways as possible. And so you need to be creative, right? You need to experiment and see and find out all of the possibilities. I can also decide to go like this. I can replace that high B note here on the first string. And that's again one more way to play the opening phrase of Amazing Grace. And that's another way here. So now you just need to keep doing this with different melodies. You can play Mary Had a Little Lamb. You can use, I don't know, you can use Will the Circle Be Unbroken. Just simple melodies and short melodies too. And yeah, have fun with this exercise. And the more you do it, the more you will start visualizing where the notes are on the fretboard, and you will start recognizing patterns. And thanks to the way the guitar is tuned, and in other words, you will have more freedom to navigate the fretboard. And that's very, very important, right, for all guitar players. We would love to think of something, to think of an idea, and immediately find the notes on the fretboard. So yeah, that's my exercise for today. And if you are looking for more lessons like this, you can join my channel over at True Fire. I have an instructional channel. It's called Flatpicking Experience, and you will find the link in the description and in the first comment of this video. And but if you enjoyed the video, give it a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel here. And thank you for your support, and I will see you in the next video. Ciao ciao.